Can you spend an hour a day? Can you make an hour a day? Can you stay up late? Can you get up early? Can you find that time for yourself to apply your initiative? Yes, okay. So you can maintain the big dream, but don't talk to me about the big dream if you're not doing the little stuff. You know what I mean? I spent like thousands of hours breaking down records. Like, it's crazy the amount of time I spent like listening to the Queen and going like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why are they doing that there? And da-da-da-da. All information I still use. But I never lost sight of like what it meant to be on the magical stage over here. You know, I mean, when I was in high school, I saw, you know, there's the flag. I saw, you know, U2 playing Red Rocks, 1981, 1982. Oh, wow. You know, this epic concert and the flag and the people. I saw that concert just like everybody else did. You know, and you sit there as a kid saying, oh, I want to do that. Well, here I am. But that thought has very little correlation to why I'm actually here right now. Does it make sense?
Yeah, so what's your goal now? What's that, like, big, hairy goal?
Well, that's difficult because I think that, did everyone hear that question? Okay. I think there's two things. One, there is the real time, where is, you know, Pumpkins, Billy, blah, 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 in the world. That fight is ceaseless, and it's annoying. It's annoying. Because, as I would argue, and I've argued many times, the brand, my brands, are undervalued. So I'm put in a lot of positions and situations where I have to prove something I proved 20 years ago. And when you look at the amount of people I was compared to 20 years ago, and most of them are working at Starbucks now, there's a reason for that, right? Okay, so that's pride, that's I trust my gift or whatever. But that doesn't actually drive me. That doesn't occupy most of my time. What occupies most of my time is carving new ground, carving new artistic ground. I think that the paradigm shifting aspect of Pumpkin's work, my work, is still, the jury's still out. People don't actually realize how fundamentally progressive our model was. And you can go at it from 50 different ends. The fact that we had a woman in a band when it was not cool to have a woman in a band. We used to take shit for having a woman in the band. I mean, think about that. Think about that, how stupid that is. And we would sit there with our mouths open going, are you fucking seriously asking us what it's like to have a woman in a band? That was a relevant question 20 years ago. And we were like, okay. So there's still a lot of those seeds that we sowed, pumpkin seeds, that are still being figured out. I think if you look at the pioneering acts of Gen X, musically, a lot of them fell short, but consciousness-wise, social spirit, shifting the conversation-wise, groundbreaking in a way that hadn't happened since the 60s. And I think once time sorts out and once the politics sort out, you know, we'll get our place in that Parthenon where we belong. Because ultimately, art needs to be viewed on a bunch of different levels. And the way the systems are set up now, most art is viewed basically on a material level. What does it sell? How many web clicks do you get? You know, like Pumpkins / Billy Corgan brand are still worth a lot for web clicks. It's unbelievable. I mean, the dumbest shit you've ever seen. I'm sure you've seen some of those headlines. It's unbelievable. Now he wants to be called William. I mean, viral. Who knew? Me holding cats. Who knew? Anderson Cooper attacking me for holding cats. Who knew? I mean, that is stupidity times 10,000. What does that have to do with accomplishment? Absolutely nothing. But you have to be in that place to be the clickbait, right? My point being is the actual artistic import of the band is not yet been properly evaluated. It can't be, because our actual mission statement from the beginning, which was, and excuse the French of the word, a bit terroristic. We saw, you know, lame hipster systems, we saw lame rock and roll systems, and we went at them straight. We went at MTV straight. We stormed the castle. We were in the castle. We were blowing shit up. We were doing stuff you weren't supposed to do. So those pieces and those things are still being sorted out. And last thing I'll say to it, which I think you're all here, so I think you would appreciate why I'm saying it. In American culture, if you don't have fame, you don't have material success, your accomplishment is undervalued. They'll hold it up and say, well, that was good, but you're not connected to this thing anymore. Yeah, you wrote Siamese Dream, but you ain't that guy anymore. But when you crawl up out of that hole, like we have, and you start succeeding again on a material level, then here come the fame wars again. Because they don't understand that correlation. They didn't understand it to begin with, and they don't understand it now. They don't understand that the person who wrote Siamese Dream is an insane person. You have to be insane to write that record. You have to be crazy. Go back and read the reviews if you're bored sometime. Read the reviews of what is considered a classic album. An album that Pitchfork rated when the reissue came out, a 10 out of 10. Go back and read those reviews. We got fucking hammered. Boring, solipsistic, whiny, overproduced, da-da-da-da-da-da. The record got, I think, 3.5 stars in Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? It was, the reaction at the time culturally was, what is this? That sacred part of the process is not about material culture, but in America, they can't help but bow to it. They're fame whores. They can't help themselves. So when you crawl up out of the dust and you go, I'm still here, I'm still intact. They don't know what to do. Hence, they write articles about now he wants to be called William. That's their only way to break it down. So what do they keep saying over and over again? You're insane, you're insane. And I go, I know. I know. And then, so when you say something or do something on Periscope or Twitter, and then literally people will write and go, like they write me like, don't you realize what you're doing? And I go, I do know what I'm doing. I'm pushing your buttons. Don't you realize? I'm the button pusher. It ain't the other way around. You're not pushing my buttons. I'm pushing yours. You're punching on a ghost that doesn't even exist. The Billy Corgan that most of America, if they even knew who that was, right? That doesn't exist. It's a ghost. It's a phantom. So I'm supposed to be the curator of a ghost that doesn't exist. That's American culture for you. So I appreciate when you're here because you see real flesh and blood person. I have a family. I have cats. You know, my fucking ankle hurts. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, enjoy the show. God bless you.
All right, thanks, Billy.